That's good. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, role players. I'm Doug Baldwin, coming from Dicewise Entertainment, bringing you Star Wars Saga Edition actual play podcast audio. We're also live streaming on Twitch at GM's Cut Rollmongers and Rollmongers Podcast Network on YouTube. This is Star Wars Rise of the Consortium podcast. When last we left our dirty half dozen on the planet of Genosis, they were clearing out a geothermal facility on the planet. They had gotten into a lot of fights with a lot of droids, moved down into the basement to investigate the facility after having a brief chat with the major domo of the facility. Since negotiations did not go well, they went down and found a laboratory and the main control system underneath. A droid named Make Mouse negotiated her freedom and was allowed to to leave as long as she left the facility to y'all. So she shut down the droids and left. Then you guys moved in to start clearing out the rest of the mess, only to find it full of mashup mouths. When Shore stepped in, a Venom Mal and a Grogu Mal came at him and took him down. Bakur moved into the room to post up and hold the door. Hodor. And a Predator Mal managed to step out and engage him. Salamanca and the Mandalorian managed to get Shore out of the room, stranding poor Bakur at the end of round 1. So here we are at the top of round 2.
I'd like to use a destiny point to act out a turn, please.
All right.
As if we didn't know that wasn't coming.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Do you have any left? Have you spent any? Have you spent any in this fight?
That is a good question. No, I've got 2. I'm down on force points.
Well, I know your character sheet says you have to. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I have to give that back to you. You know I have to.
I've only got 1 force point left because I've been burning those, but I do have 2 destiny points. I was saving them.
Fair. All good.
Okay. May I spend a destiny point, GM, to act out a turn?
Sure. You are now at top of the round.
Okay. This is going to suck because I'm probably going to provoke a lot, but well, hang on, wait for it. I do believe that if I use my skirmish ability, let me just quickly pull down to my skirmish ability.
Right.
Swift Strider Talent. Blurring Burst is a move action, move up to your speed, get a +2 bonus to your reflex defense to the end of your encounter. Sudden Assault, Weaving Stride, move up to your speed as a move action, gain a +2 reflex against each attack of opportunity made against you during this movement. I would like to use Weaving Stride.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Okay, so I am going to serpentine, pretend everybody's a crocodile chasing me. My reflex goes from 21 up to 23. And
for the first one, that's only for, so you gain a cumulative +2 dodge bonus for each attack of opportunity. So we'll track when they decide to attack you. You get a +2 to your first one, then a +4 to your second one, then a +6 to a third one. I'm not saying that you would get 3, but there are 3 things you have to move past.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It says a cumulative +2 dodge bonus to your reflex defense.
Oh, right. Sorry.
for
I'll take it.
each
I'll take it.
attack made against you.
All
so,
right.
great stuff. All right, the first
Powerful.
one,
So
I'm going to go ahead and start attacking you. I assume that you're going to move northeast. Well, yeah, northeast, because that one's for free.
There's
You
no
can do that
cardinal.
for
There's
free.
no cardinal, right?
Yeah, you can totally do that with one movement point.
One square. I thought
Yep.
there was no diagonal movement in this game.
There absolutely is diagonal movement. It's just that rules as written requires you to spend 2 movement points to go in every diagonal.
Oh, all right. As if
And
you
you
went
can't
around.
do hard corners if it was a hard corner.
I figured,
but this,
I figured that table right there above me was a hard corner, right? So
it's not at the corner of the square. If you notice, it's not at the
slide
corner
over
of
the
the square.
table like it's a TJ Hooker car hood. There we go. Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Or Dukes of
Yeah.
Hazzard. I had Dukes of Hazzard in my head, but you know, you
I like
do
the
you.
TJ Hooker reference better.
Thank
Yeah, all
you.
right.
Thank you. I'm more
I'm
of-
too young to get that one. I got the Dukes of Hazzard.
Picture 80s Shatner cop.
Very curly hair.
Okay, gotcha.
Everything was curly in the 80s.
Yep. My hair's still curly.
So,
Going
so here comes
diagonally
an attack
away.
at you. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a cumulative. That
So
first step. I'm going to do each step one by one because that's when you
Okay.
provoke them.
All right.
So a 17's not going to hit you,
Yay. Okay.
and then
My-
you're in that diagonal spot.
All right. I got 2 squares ahead of me in front of the door. So what do you want me to do? Just pick one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it doesn't
In
look
fact,
like
you do that one and you don't provoke from the other guy. So that will provoke an attack of opportunity from Grogu Maul.
Oh yeah. Eat it, Grogu. So now my reflex goes from 23
32,
to
however,
25?
is likely to hit you.
Are you sure? Okay, fine.
Yeah. So even
25
with a
points of
plus
damage. Oh, hang on a second. I have another destiny point.
4. Okay.
Can you make people fail
No,
hits?
you cannot use more than one destiny point in a turn.
Oh, that's true. All right. I was doing so well. Hang on, let me go to my hit points here. 44 currently minus 25. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Actually, I might have to argue with that one unless it's one of the rule changes.
Well, I'm going to rule at the moment. You can tell me whether I cheated him out of that. But-
Well, did Aiden just offer to argue in my favor?
yeah, he did.
Hey, I always argue in the favor of the rules. It doesn't matter who's in the chair, all
Nope,
right,
I'm
or
taking
who's getting hit.
I'm taking
That
it.
is true.
I'm shaking it. All right, fine. Look at Messina, he's very confused. Hey, Ryan.
What's up?
What's up?
At
I'm
any rate,
running for my
I know
life.
that you can't spend more than one force point in a round, and I'm also going to argue you can't spend more than one destiny point in a round.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So
Okay, so the 25 knocks me down to 19 current hit points.
okay,
And I step through the door. Hello.
okay.
And
And he
stop,
does
'cause
not
there's-
have combat reflexes, so he cannot take another attack of opportunity.
Sweet.
against you.
Is there a dude with a shield in my way? Oh, I guess I can move
No,
through
he's
friendlies
lying
for
on the
free.
ground. I mean, he is in your way if you count stepping over
4,
his unmoving
5,
form.
6, 7. Okay. So, funny enough, because I'm in my light armor and have my abilities, I actually have a movement of 8. Though I have to make sure that that's not an ability that's going to interfere. You know what I mean? Like, can you use 2 talents simultaneously? I don't think that's ever come up in my game.
Yeah, no, it's fine. If you have a movement of 8, that's good. It's always in effect.
As long as it doesn't like eat the same action, you can.
Correct.
Okay.
If it had some sort of powering, and it doesn't, it's a static base ability. I believe as long as the condition exists, you have a movement of 8.
Okay. I don't know. Am I pushing it for line of sight on the guy
You
out here?
cannot see either opponent from where you're at.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just
That answer, that's where that question was going. No, I get it. Yeah,
Yep.
they're both far
Okay,
enough
so
Mention of
behind.
grenades last
this-
session? Are you
Yeah.
the holder of said grenades?
Now, a grenade could
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely be
Yeah,
chucked in there,
yeah.
but
Well,
it would
that-
probably take him a move action to get it out,
Well,
unless
that's what
he's
I'm
got
saying.
it on some sort of bandolier.
No, but I'll go 7 and I will pull grenade. and I'm done. Yeah, that was the surprise ending, but I was just seeing, let me get a shot off instead of like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I got a quick change Bandolier. I'll just double check. But as far as I know, I think I'm done. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I do have some sort of ruling on the destiny points. So according to rules as written, it doesn't seem like there's anything limiting the amount of destiny points you can spend. You just cannot spend multiple destiny points on the same thing. So for example, if someone spent a destiny point to auto crit and then the person they're critting spend a destiny point to dodge to have it auto miss, the attacker can't spend a second destiny point to crit on that same attack.
To change the.
But they can, as far as I can tell, they can spend it to do other stuff. It's kind of in that 10% gray area for the GM.
Okay.
But I'm not seeing a specific call out like it does for force points.
So what about going again?
You mean like right now trying to spend one to
Again.
act out of turn to do another?
Well, I just did that.
That's part of why that's not unless you guys were actually dying and the GM was trying to give you guys a bit broader latitude. It's the kind of thing that destiny points are powerful enough that I would want to limit them.
Sure.
Actually, there is rules written limiting that. Act out of turn, thus changing your position in initiative order once per encounter.
Right.
So,
Right.
Both
Okay.
yay
I'm
and
still
nay
good
for it.
with my ruling for where we're at. And Bakur, that was the end of what you wanted to do.
Yes,
Should we move on to their turn?
please do. I'll allow it.
Okay. All right. Then it's Venmal's turn. The Venom Maul combo.
Gotta love Gamma Knight. He always shows up and he does my hello. He spells out hello like really long in the chat. It's this show, man. I can't make him do what I do. It would seem rude for me to show up and go hello.
All right. Venmal comes out and steps. Where does he step? He steps there. And sees, well, he's sort of, you're just slightly generally rough terrain. I'll give you some call you some rough terrain right now. Sure.
I've been called many things in my life.
I mean, personally, I'd say I'm pretty soft and smooth, but I guess you could call me rough.
Silky.
Venmal has not taken the time to prove that. So
One hand drapes slowly across your face.
he steps in and makes a full attack against Moreau. Not a full attack. Yeah, just an attack. That's probably better than a full attack.
Full attack because the DM wants full attack.
Yeah, I know. Stop it. Stop it, Aiden. Just because.
Nope. Again, doesn't matter who's in the chair. I am the rules lawyer.
He spends a DM point.
A 19's not going to hit Moreau, I don't think.
Nope.
And that brings us to Moreau.
Well, I'm not sure exactly which square I'm in.
You are sort of, I think there. How's that?
Yeah, that's better. I'm going to accept that I might get hit in the face again and pull a grenade from my bandolier.
Do you have a bandolier that is bespoke that says pulling is a swift or something like that? Do you?
No, it's a move.
Okay. And typically drawing a does I don't think drawing a weapon provokes in this system. I think that is not a thing in this system.
No, not
Okay,
typically.
I wasn't sure if drawing I wasn't sure if pulling a grenade specifically would or not. But
Suddenly switching chairs as a player, I knew quite confidently that drawing did not provoke.
yeah,
All eyes on
just
me.
accepting that I may or may not get hit in the face
Yeah,
again.
no, drawing a weapon, I think, is fine.
That is
and I'm
Reloading. It's reloading that provokes in this game.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm specifically going to be pulling an adhesive grenade.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it into the room targeting this square here. Because I believe it's a 2... Oh. I would like to try to hit both of them. I believe the range is a 2 square burst radius.
Right. So I can even drop. I've got an AoE template in the journal. So let me drop that out there and show you what that looks like. You said adhesive. It doesn't really matter. I'll use a classic frag grenade. There. That's the shape. You may move it where you'd like it to be targeted.
There. Which would be a bit difficult, I'm guessing.
I'm going to say that target has cover, though I will allow you to try to do the trick shot. If that's going to make it a ref def 15 instead of ref def 10. So I'll treat everything as requiring you to make, in order to hit that spot, a ref def 15.
You ricochet it off of the opposite door frame.
I think there's
Okay,
actually a
it's
talent for
a ranged attack roll.
Actually, there is.
Correct. Ranged hand attack roll. So that's your BAB plus your stat modifier. So dex, because you're tossing.
Okay, so it should just be a pretty standard plus 10. That is a 15.
Nice. Exactly what you needed.
I would like to use a force point though.
On the hit to perhaps hit them, is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, because they have to make a grapple check against my attack roll.
Okay.
Okay, 20.
Okay. Right. Let's see.
I just want
And
to
does it do any immediate damage?
The adhesive grenade doesn't do damage. It makes it so they are unable to move for 3 rounds.
Okay. I moved it up just a little bit so I can interact with the tokens.
Oh, sorry. I thought I accidentally shifted it up.
No, that's okay. I thought that was Jeff.
I went upstairs and made tea. I love having wireless headset. I'm so used to being attached to something. I have wireless headphones.
That's true.
I made tea. I could hear you
Yeah.
guys. I wanted to give a very special and quick shout out to Andy Jenkins, who always has wonderful, insightful, and laugh along comments all over our YouTube for the past several years, at least 2.
Immediately.
And this is the very first live show.
Immediately you're garbling, Jeff. I just got to stop you while you're garbling and interrupt you to let you know that nobody can hear what beautiful, wonderful thing you're saying about someone.
That's okay. The internet can.
Or
How
at least
does
we
the
can't
internet believe him?
in Zoom.
Ah, well.
We tried. It's the thought that counts, right?
I'm okay now, though.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything nice about people.
Break the internet.
Well,
Positive? No.
The recording gets it, so it'll come out later. I was talking about Andy Jenkins, who's a fan on our YouTube channel, watches We Shot First, and always makes... I've posted several comments to you guys. This is his first live show that he's ever caught.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he says, I finally caught a live show, but I missed the Jedi biker wannabe.
I was going to say it
we
feels
shot
so
so
nice
far.
being someone's first, but now I don't know. It wants to be even more. It's perfect. It's fine.
Your first speeder bike, at this point you're up to like 6, right? Aren't there? How many have you almost had?
What was that saying about it? If you want something to truly know if it's yours, you have to let it go, and if it comes back, but if it doesn't come back, it was never supposed to be in the first place.
Oh, there's going to be
That's for things with sentience.
Somewhere between season 6 and season 10, there'll be a scene where you guys are so busy and flying, breaking atmosphere and jump to light speed, and then one of those bikes are going to just come floating by in space like a random asteroid, just tumbling along, following from the inertia of the initial airlock. Anyway, sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
I'm still waiting for the month off screen where we're not actually we're canonically supposed to be laying low, and he has a bike that he's just going around on for a month. Immediately gets blown up, and the next book starts.
We're talking to these guys about a what if where the party was dark and imposer dark. Dude's he's actually like a speeder bike, swoop bike circuit champion. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Uses his force powers to cheat. So with my Cameron.
Rule of threes.
Oh, it's rule of 2. We're playing Star Wars.
Oh, right.
Oh, dude, I totally give you a force point for that, but you're not in my game.
All right. So
don't
it does
do it
no
for
damage, you said, Moreau?
No, it does no damage.
Okay. They both failed their grapple check.
Cool. They are
What?
stuck there.
What is the description of what happens to them?
Incredibly sticky substance that anchors the target to the ground and slowly dissolves so as to not trap targets for a long period of time. Must succeed on a grapple. If not, they are unable to move. The effect lasts for 3 rounds, and once a character is broken free, he or she need not make another grapple check to move through the blast radius.
Okay. That suggests to me that they are grappled, or they would have a chance to break free each round on their turn.
I think so. It does say,
because it's sort of
it's once they have broken free. So it's
they
every
succeed
round.
on a grapple check against the attacker's ranged attack. What did you say? I'm not seeing anything different.
In the second sentence, this effect lasts for 3 rounds, and once a character is broken free, he or she need not make another grapple check to move through the blast radius. Yeah, the way that's worded makes it seem like it makes a grapple check every round, but the first sentence doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a grapple check to try to break free until
All right.
point?
Well, we'll see. They've got at least 1 round, and
So
I may
it
give
exists
them
for 3
a grapple
rounds.
check or something like that until
If
then.
they want to move, they have to succeed against a grapple check. If they land in a spot that's affected by the blast, they have to make a grapple check. But
Yeah,
if he
because
steps
it's
out
just
of
an
it,
active
wouldn't have
sticky
to.
substance on the surfaces.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Okay. Is that you, Moreau?
Other than yelling, "Close the door." Yes.
And Ash at the computer.
Yeah.
You're up.
I'm hacking.
What would you like to hack? You have general access to main functions. In fact, you opened this door not too long ago to let Shore go in and check it out.
I would like to undo what I just did do.
Well, give me a use computer check to see if you may do so.
I would love to. All right, pressing the buttons, using the computer. May the force be with me.
Now, technically, once you have this level of access, you probably don't need to do a use
But
computer
that's
check.
not
But I just want you to
fun.
press buttons.
I
You
want you to press buttons too.
You managed to do mediocre, but
Where's
you did
my
more
phone?
than what is needed to do what is generally an open task at this point. And the door slides shut. I'm going to say that was your standard action. Well, actually, if you want to spend a force point on that and get to, say, 20, I'll say you can lock the door while you do it.
Ooh, I will do that.
Okay.
Let me take a look at my force point reservoir. Oh yeah, I totally got it. Boop. There we go. Spent.
Okay. 18. I will hold that as an 18. And then if they try to break through it, they'll have to beat your lock And so I'll store that in so that it's not it's not just a 20. It's whatever you had rolled. So it's an 18 for what they would have to beat to break the lock if they use computer.
Right.
Grogu looks like he's very computer minded, right? Predator spends a lot of time on the internet.
Yeah, it's all about those hunt sites.
Anything else, Ash?
Think about it. Come on, guys. Stay with us. Think about it. Predator on the internet? No? Okay. I see what you're going for.
All right, so
I'd like you to cut, Jeff. I'd like you to come over and sit here beside me.
You know what, Jeff? I think you should probably leave that horse alone. I don't think it's moving anymore.
All right. Stuff happens on the other side of the door that you guys don't see anymore. Sure, you are unconscious at 0. I don't think there's anything special. Because you're not like dying or anything, unfortunately.
No, I'm not poisoned or anything. I'm not bleeding. I'm just down.
Salamanca, anything you want to do with your turn? Oh yeah, you do have an enemy in the room.
Yes, I would like to commence beating on the enemy. I will spend 2 swift actions.
Oh, you only get that. How often do you get to do that ragey thing?
The ragey thing?
Well, I don't know what you're about to do.
It lasts 10 rounds. But I want to spend 2 swift actions to activate my mighty swing.
Okay.
And Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I just have to find the right one. So, Mighty Claws of Rage.
Sound like a barbarian movie. Mighty Claws of Rage. Or like an anime where they call out all their moves.
A 31 to hit.
All right. Ouch. That definitely hits.
For 25 points of damage.
Okay.
Is this a living target?
The answer to that is yes, but the simulated answer is Venom a living thing? But yes, he's a living target.
Okay, so poison succeeds on attack roll. Okay, so I have to make another attack roll, which is a d20 plus my character level against the target's fortitude defense.
Okay.
So a d20.
It's not, you have to make a new one instead of just the ones you did, and I'm not just
because the poison has its own attack, I guess.
Oh, right, the poison, right.
So that's
although Venom should totally be immune to poison.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm just saying. Like, go ahead and roll it.
18 plus 7 for a 25. Does that?
Oh wow, that just hits.
Hit the target's fortitude defense?
Yeah.
So then the target moves -1 step along the condition track.
Is that the only effect of your poison? Is a step down the condition track?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then that will be 2 total steps down the condition track because 25 was enough to breach his damage threshold.
Yes, power. And that is my turn.
Okay, well done. Stuff happens in the other room. You hear something being dragged across the floor. Round 3, the cooler.
Oh, hold on. There is something else, actually.
Okay.
I forgot about another talent.
Okay.
When you make a melee attack against a target that has one or more of your allies adjacent to it, it does.
Sure. Yeah. I'd like to pretend sure.
You compare the result of the target's fortitude defense as well as its reflex defense.
Right.
If it hits both defenses,
right, the
attack deals an additional dice of damage and the target is knocked prone.
Okay. Then roll, what is it, a D10 or a D12? I forget which one, what your base die damage is.
D10.
You're so big. D10? Okay. Give me a D10.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, D10. D10. in your face, venom, +9.
Nice. All right.
So crank that up to 31 points of damage and knock that sucker prone.
Nice.
All right. Bakur.
Taking advantage of the momentary lapse in stability of our opponent, I am going to, as a free action, let go of my carbine, let the strap just let it dangle, reach down adjacent and grab Shure by the ankles and drag him out of the room if the door to the south is open.
It is.
Okay.
You may. And, he doesn't have interest in bodies.
How far can you drag in this rule set?
Let's just say that you're moving at half speed with him, just for the sake of ease of moving along. So we'll give you 4 squares. I don't know if that's 4 yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks about 1, 2. I mean, you might get one more.
That's fine.
Either way, you're in the next room with him.
I just want to get him out of the room so we can move, and so he's not in.
So he doesn't take any more ancillary damage when you chuck that grenade in there. I understand.
There's always the bad guy that holds a saber to the down guy's throat going, back off, or the guy gets it. And then we all have to measure our friendship with the dude. And it just no one likes those answers.
Yeah, you want to be the one with that kind of power, not your opponent.
Exactly. So I get out my hammer and I hold it over Shure's head, and we'll have that conversation when we come back to my turn.
So we're saying 5,000 was my cut. Are you saying 5,000?
Swift action, go through his pocket for loose credits, and I'm done.
Right.
Surely disappointed.
Oh, I don't
And
really
Maul.
go through your pockets as a swift action. It's going to take at least move action, but
Venmal looks at Salamanca and full attacks while prone because damn, he ain't getting up against that mess. Does a 23 hit you?
It
Salamanca. Does a 19 hit you?
It does not.
Okay, so, but you have a SR20 shield, right?
I do.
And it's at 20 at the moment, right?
It is.
Okay, so you take 20 points of damage and your shield drops to SR15.
Woohoo.
Meaning you take 0 points of damage. But it is, if you breach the threshold.
Yep.
And that is his turn. Moro.
Now that I've got a Maul face really close to mine, I'm going to be using 0 range shot.
Oh, pulling that Leth special.
Yep.
The 1 feat you carried over from the other game.
It's efficient.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go with this one. That is a 25 to hit.
That's going to hit him.
For 25 points.
All right, that'll be another step down the condition track. So that's... All right. Anything else?
A quick question, actually. I went in to grab Shore and then was pulled back out. Does that... I imagine in my head that I would still be prone.
I'm not assuming that... Well, you weren't knocked to the ground at any point, were you?
No, not specifically. I did kind of like...
I mean, if Salamanca drug you out, is that how...
Yeah.
Well, he didn't also knock you prone. So
functionally
speaking, while you may have stumbled when he let go or whatever, unless we had a mechanic that would have forced you prone, you're not prone unless you want to be. I think it costs you a swift action to drop prone without the acrobatics feat.
Yeah.
But if you
for now,
want
I think
to be prone from Salamanca, Who am I to judge?
I think for now I'm good.
Okay.
And that would be my turn, I believe. Oh no, actually, I'll use this instance to pull and palm another grenade.
Palm it so they don't see it. Give me a deception check or a stealth check.
Keep it in my hand, ready for just a chuck later.
Right. Well, or in case negotiations with the party go bad later. I understand.
Yeah.
Ash.
Oh, okay. I have maybe an answer for this solution here. Combustion.
Okay.
4 square target. If it is canonical to Venom, I don't have sonic damage, but I got fire.
Wait. Sonic. We're talking about the hedgehog, right?
Yeah, rings. Just a natural version of rings. I want to hit him so all the rings come out.
Okay, so combustion.
Combustion. You use the force to agitate particles in the air to create a pyrokinetic spray of sparks. Time standard action. Target 2x2 square. Must be within 12 squares of you and the line of sight.
Right. Give me a use the force check.
Yes.
And pick your 4 squares.
Not including allies.
Okay.
That leaves.
There's a 4 square right there.
I was worried.
Yeah.
I did have to ask.
No, that's a very valid question for this there. So yeah, the 4 squares that don't include my allies, and they use it's the correct. That is the correct way to think it, but not say it on the outside. So use the force. Use the force, Ash. 22 versus their fort, I believe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, their fort defense.
Roll me some damage.
It's a 4 die 6.
Okay.
10 damage. And when you use a force power, do you have to announce a force point before or after?
Well, what are you
curious.
using a force point on?
Because there is an addition here. Special, you can spend a force point to move one target's hit points.
You can spend that now if you'd like.
Okay, I would like to do that, please.
I think you're technically supposed to do it before you know the results of your use the force check, or before you know the results of whether the force power goes through or not. But
because it doesn't do anything if you don't spend it. It's only if, and it's only actually for an AOE. It's one target. Actually,
I'm usually pretty good with, especially when it's an add-on effect and not just a add damage effect. But yeah, I take Aiden's point. I'm definitely comfortable with that. All right. So, really down the track.
Yeah.
Aiden.
yes.
While you lie there contemplating the group you decided to join, the mission that you're on, the things that were happening, the
build
ways
that you
of the
chose.
Force. No. You hear something coming through the Force. You hear a voice. She thought she was in charge. She thought this place was hers. It's mine. Salamanca, what would you like to do?
I would like to continue pummeling.
Okay.
I'm going to do the exact same thing I did last time. Spend 2 swift actions to activate my mighty swing. And do I get a bonus to hit because they're prone?
I mean, do you need one? But yes.
And on
Plus
fire.
5.
Plus 5. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, technically I should have, Moreau would had a -5 to attack at 0 range.
A 37 to hit.
that we didn't calculate, but it still hit because I think he was at a 20 at that point or something.
For 28 points of damage.
All right, that's going to do it. How do you want to do it? The Venom Maul
So like
was prone to your
he's
phone.
prone, and his portrait shows like him in the position he is, and the big old fist comes straight down, right in the center of the design, and those 6 horns in the top of his head shoot out under the pressure and stab into the wall behind him.
Roll me 60-20 straight up.
60-20, okay.
One for each spine that goes shooting through the room.
I got a 2, a 16, a 16, a 5, a 6, and a 10.
Okay. None of those, 2 of those bounce off of Moreau's armor. As they
Congratulations, you discovered a new form of grenade.
and everything goes quiet. Ash, you probably, how good was that 15, that 18 that you got?
It was the best 18 that's been bested in a while.
Okay, it was a base 6. Go if you want. Give me another use computer check to kind of put another round of distance in the lockup routine.
Yeah, start activating so a bunch of things turned and bolts start shooting.
Disabling.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like closing door. Like yeah.
Still
Blast
roll one.
doors closed.
Yeah,
That's what
close blast doors. Make the thing. That's hard, like frying circuitry, but not in that order. In a much more better order.
Mm-hmm.
Base 13.
All right, you rolled more poorly, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that wasn't enough to lose ground, so give me another one.
Gladly.
This is suddenly becoming a bit of a skill challenge.
Well, if you roll like poop, everyth's a skill
We're just
challenge.
saying Ash is a bit skill challenged.
20, not natural.
That's much better.
There we go.
Do you want to top that one with a force point?
No, I only have one left, so I'm going to hold.
That's fair. All right. We'll hold that 20. All right.
You didn't say the magic word.
So things get quiet. The door seems well locked. What do you guys want to do? You have a man on the ground. There is a full medical bay. BD droid is trained in surgery.
I think it'd be best to listen in for now. Just listen to make sure that they're not trying to come through that door, while also getting prepped for surgery.
Our job was to clear the place out. We only got 1 out of 3, so guess what we got to do?
Yep.
Yeah,
Still more to do.
Keep your eyes on the vents because I saw a little tiny one.
Salamanca's going to take the mashed corpse and lean it up against the door. Little extra barricade.
Yep.
Yeah,
Guard
there's
the
not
door.
a window in the door, but if there was, you would totally.
With the computer, what systems will I have access to? Are there any cameras? Like, what fully access do we have?
This computer clearly controls the geothermal facility itself. This was part of the original system in the place. And like you can control the doors that got closed in the big doors on the far end. There are some basic geothermal controls and stuff like that. All right. I mean, if you want, you'd
So I
have
got
to
the
tell
heating,
me
the AC, and like the automation for the doors.
right. And the power there's a lot of statistics about the power generation and that,
I make it uncomfortably cold.
Okay.
Hey, Ash, do you think you could get control of the one of that remaining security bot in the medical bay?
I can certainly try. I press buttons. Whether or not they actually work, I press buttons.
Yeah, the control to those droids are not in this computer, not accessible by this computer. This computer controls the geothermal facility.
It seems they firewalled this computer and isolated away from the rest of the other droid controls.
Yeah, Star Wars computers are really isolated in general. Which is very convenient for GMs.
Just say central network.
Thank God it was based on 1970s and 80s technology.
You see a disc in a room somewhere randomly just going.
The next Star Wars show somebody with a lightsaber. It's wireless.
No way.
Yeah, I totally opened that door with Bluetooth. Okay. Bakur,
I'm dragging Shure one step at a time down the steps. Bump, 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 bump. Down
the
to
steps because that was down. It kept getting deeper and deeper because you came down to get here, so it keep because that's more fun.
Dragging up steps by the ankles. Yep.
Are you even trying to keep from it being thump 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 thump?
Nah. I'm on my way to medical bay. I'm going to make myself a Darth Shure.
Okay.
If he lives, he lives. If he dies, he dies.
You get over near the door and you do see the BD droid.
You don't want to know what the other option is. I'm dragging him away to be alone with him, and it's going to be all kinds of.
Okay, so the door to the medical facility, I believe, did you leave that open? I don't think there was any, other than it maybe be closed and you punched the button to open it. It was certainly not locked as far as I'm aware. So
Although the door is a little bit weird looking.
Yeah, it never did. It didn't ever have a proper door. It looked like it was a secret door from the beginning. So you guys can go in. And as you head toward the back, there is a reasonable pool and spill of Bacta fluid all over the floor there that's probably going to need at least a little bit of mopping to use the medical facilities in the southeast corner. But if you place Shure up on the bay and leave the BD droid to it, he can start working on it, them. I see Ash has come down. Ash, are you trained in treat injury by any chance?
I don't think so. Yes, I'm more trained in not cause injury.
Right. Okay. Just wondered if anybody else was, they could do an assist with BD.
Yeah.
Not going to be you.
I happen to notice there's a terminal in the bottom left-hand corner of this room. Unless my eyes deceive me.
You're looking for what in the what?
Over here.
There is a computer back there. Yes.
I would like to start pressing buttons.
Okay, I'll let you start pressing buttons on it and check in.
I'd like to take the lightsaber and start like playing with it with like Salamanca, just like showing off. It's because there's a thing where it's boring right here waiting.
All right, give me a couple of base attack checks. Since you're sort of mucking around now he does still have his shield up, so I'll give him that.
No, I'm not playing. I'm not like attacking him with the lightsaber.
No, but you were showing off with it, so that's why I want to see whether accidentally
showing off with it, as in like I pick it up and turn it on and be like, "Ooh,
saber safety, everyone! Keep it locked out. Don't let Padawans play with your saber."
Shout out to Dark Times Podcast.
I mean, you joke, but there's actually an attachment you can get that requires they use the force check to turn it on. So non-force users can't use it.
That's
Shame
cool.
I didn't install that in all of these before that happened. Well,
That's
and
cool.
I will say for the podcasting audience that there's no one strong enough in the Force and Jedi traditions in this party to recognize or how these lightsabers specifically, or what they look like, or whether they are standard flavor.
Knowledge technology.
Yeah. Being meant, like, I'm just planning on, like, at this point, taking it back to the people, or back to my people, and being like, look, I found one.
They do exist.
There definitely seem to be like, so that the players can hear it, sparkles or that in flickers in the blades themselves.
You meant in the actual energy of it, not the actual
Right.
handle. I thought you were like talking like it'd been bedazzled.
Bedazzled. It's got little rhinestones all the way up and down the.
I'm like, oh, all right, well, okay.
Yeah, we don't judge. Cool enough. Fair.
You know, you customize your lightsaber however you want.
Your
Yeah, an
loot,
18's
your
not
loot
gonna do it
box
for you,
has
for
unlocked
Bakur.
the, you like the gold-plated AK-47 in the video games. Your loot box has, unlocked the.
Yeah,
Hey,
knowledge.
don't joke.
Knowledge Tech 18 isn't going to do any better for you, Bakur. But the players, the players in the audience can kind of know that something's not quite right with them. But you guys don't really know enough about lightsabers or what they're supposed to look like. And I think I covered it previously. You guys have never seen a lightsaber in person, as far as I'm aware. There's no reason you would have, unless you were super. Salamanca might, but probably doesn't remember.
What's it worth?
Doesn't care.
How many dudes in robes came to you and tried to free you and couldn't, said, we'll come back for you later? They never came back,
Jedi.
Salamanca, He's got an issue with the Jedi.
Okay. Salamanca, anything you're doing? Well,
Watching the door.
just stay in that room and watch the door in case somebody starts to come through and just Hodor.
Unblinking, if we could mention.
Your shield blinks out after a minute or so. I'm sure you're fine with that being fine. And if it needs to happen, you can always charge it back up. Bakur, you're going to need to clean off some of the spilled Bacta fluid that is covering the floor there. There is a mop in the room if you want to just start doing some mopping for the BD droid. Do you speak binary, or do you understand binary like everybody else in Star Wars seems to? Because you do hear some angry beeps coming from BD gesturing at the Bacta on the floor.
I do not speak binary, the language of my enemy. And I don't have treat injury, so I don't realize that, sanitation is a thing. So we just, I just drag him across the pile of Bacta on the floor and roll him around in it. Maybe it'll just soak into pores or something.
Splash them on the wounds.
All right, so we're not even starting to heal. For
It's just like, don't need BD's help, that kind of thing.
BD, it's at the moment. There's just
You ever see a droid cry?
Ash.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
Gladly.
Hang on, let me check the screen and see if Aiden's flipping me the bird. Yep, there he is. He's flipping me the bird.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Yeah.
24.
Okay, you hear while you're in there trying to gain access and stuff, a bunch of angry beeps and bops, and and as you look out, you see Bakur rolling shore in Bacta on the floor, spilled Bacta on the floor, and the BD droid beeping. And I'm giving this to you since you use computer. You clearly hear, "What are you doing, idiot? Up here. What are you doing, idiot? Up on this table. Clean that Bacta up."
Bakur, if you could just put them on the table, and the mop is in the corner. And I thumbs up slowly. And then lean back around the corner to continue working on the computer.
But I go do it. Because I'm a team player, damn it.
You place a slimy shore onto the medical bag.
Glistening.
There we go. There you go, buddy. You'll have you fixed up in no time.
You're welcome.
I really hate that guy. But I love you, sure. I am here for you. Stroke. Okay, am I alone with him finally? Now we go through the pockets for loose change. There you go. It's on camera, right? Like Ash is showing everybody what I'm doing. It's just like he's just an ass.
All right, over the next hour. So I'm gonna do. You guys are, what, 7th level? Is that what you guys are? 7th. All right. So I don't think you typically get bonus hit points above for surgery, but I think I'm gonna give them out. I think you only get your level. I don't think you get the boost over.
For surgery, it is con times creature level.
Hey, we don't want your pity hit points.
Times.
Just nerf your boss fight like any other GM would on the fly. I don't want your pity hit points.
Keep mopping over there, Bakur.
Fine.
Now, to be fair, my con bonus is 1. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, and since you have no con bonus, all right, so there is a mechanic to boost it. You just don't have anything for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 7 is 42 hit points.
Okay.
And so 1 hour passes and you have 62 hit points.
All right. Well, in that hour that's passing, I will rest the 10 minutes to recover my condition from rage.
Is that one is right? You can't do that, right? But can you do it any number of times a day with a 10-minute rest? Or
no, I can do it once a day, but after I come out of the
you
rage,
no longer
I
have
have
the
to I have to rest for 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else need some now that Ash, and now that you're awake, sure, you both have the ability to let people sleep if they want, in a bit of helping sleep as well as additional surgery. If anybody, Beatty looks over at you and goes, Bakur, and goes beep 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 beep. And Shore and Ash both hear, you don't look too good over there. Would you like some surgery?
I go sit in the pool of backed on the floor and wave Beatty over. I've been reduced to janitor.
Ash's head leans out from around the door frame again. He's saying leg on the table beside.
Look at the table. Look at the door where Ash was.
Come on, I kept it warm for you.
Kept the back to warm for you.
Fine.
It's not all backed up.
I'll get out of my puddle I made on the floor and, like a good doggy, go hop up on the table because I'm allowed. Ash said so.
All right. Each one is 10 minutes, so let's do 2 real quick, and then I'll let you guys decide how long you want to keep going at this. I have no problem with continuing. I just don't. I took that first hour away just because I figured Aiden Shore was that far down. Bakur, do you have a con bonus?
1 second. +2.
Oh, nice. So you're going to get 14 for every one of their checks. So let me give you 2 checks here. 20 minutes later, you have 28 more hit points.
Got it. Thank you.
Do you guys want to spend another 20-ish minutes? You guys good with that? If nothing has changed?
I would take as much to get topped off. if possible.
May as well. So far, no one's coming through the door.
Yeah, as
so-
long as no one's coming through the door.
Okay, Bakur, that's another 28. How close to full are you now?
That'll do.
Okay. You want to put Shore back under there for the last 20 minutes so far? I'm just not saying that. I'm just saying the last 20 minutes of the hour that we're chewing up.
Takes every ounce of will, but Bakur will quietly and unseen by anyone thank the droid. So, thank you.
Okay. Give me either a stealth or a deception check. And Shore,
I swear, if he sticks his head around that door one more time, I'm going to shoot it off.
Shore and Ash,
The head
get
goes back.
perception checks. So give me a deception check and perception checks. Because, all right, Shore is likely oblivious with a 7. Even though he's right
use
next
some
to
healing, but it'll probably only take 10 minutes for me. But the issue is it's going to take me time to squeeze down the hallway to get there.
I could just mouth the words at him so that, you know, he didn't see. And that would take care of one round of... here we go, 1 second.
All right, Ash, give me a perception check.
I GM and run tech off of 2 computers. I got 4 screens in front of me, but calling up a singular sheet like you guys do and finding the fucking skill check is hard.
I know. And when you make us like, where are you going? Hurry up. Come on. Click the button.
See, all I'm hearing is skill issue, skill issue, skill issue. Learn your
Yeah.
sheets, people.
Get good, man.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Did you try
I've got to
pressing
enjoy
harder?
this chance to feed it back between player and GM while I've got it.
So yeah, Salamanca will squeeze his way down the hallway.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
and Doug, after this, you're fired. Okay, so just
Exactly.
19 perception.
say that.
And
You did not pick that up. Bakur, you managed to. That's between you and BD.
Sweet.
Beep, boop. And
Well, it's
Salamanca
not like
makes
I
it
want to
into
go
the
pick
room.
out curtains or anything. I just, thank you. It's
I'll
polite.
get in line for the healing.
Who's pours
Sure,
the tank over himself?
you got you got 14 more on top of that original chunk.
Yeah.
And now we're at the top of a new hour. And what are you?
I'm at 56 of 79.
Yeah, I was asking for. Yeah, no, that's cool.
It's a multiplier based off your con bonus, correct?
Yep.
So it'll take 10 minutes for me, and it'll top
Okay.
me up, I think,
There's core. I'm just trying to figure out.
because I have a con bonus of 5.
Okay, so
Oh,
it was 48.
that's nice.
It is nice.
I know it's
Ask one of those
heartbreaking.
other modifiers.
All of my characters only have a con bonus of 1. It hurts.
So 10 minutes in with BD. Yeah, what's your I know you just got done saying it, and I was busy looking at the
It's
screen.
5.
It's 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get 35 hit points back after 10 minutes.
Yeah, that pretty much brings me up to top.
I had battle music playing this whole time, but I'm going to leave it because, you know, like the surgery's dicey. You know, you never know.
Does.
Yes, especially if you have Dr.
Look at how many rolls. It's very dicey.
Yeah, it's-
Oh, bazinga.
All right. Any last call for healing? Moreau, do you want a little bit? Are you good?
I mean, I may as well get topped up a little bit, but I'm not going to leave unless someone else comes to take over. So
I'll take the post back at the door.
There you go.
After I'm
Squeeze
healed.
back up there.
Hey, GM, chat wants you to yell, "You're welcome," back at me from the droid. For who's in the room. And then BD very loudly shouts, "You're welcome, Bakur." That's funny.
So what's that? Oh, 48, right. And then 14. Well, 48 plus 14 14. Is 56 where you're at? Sure. Should be higher.
Wait, sorry. No, 6 times 7 is 42.
Right. Plus
14 is 56.
Okay. So 56 is where you're at. Why don't we do at least 20 more minutes?
Okay. Yeah, that's
there's no reason. I mean, with nobody else in a hurry, you certainly shouldn't be in any kind of hurry. And take 7 more, because that's only 10 more minutes.
Okay. Sounds
all right.
Good.
Everybody's all around. What you guys should talk about is your strategy for clearing the room.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered there's Pong on this computer.
No, we blow the hallway and say there was no room. It's just we found a stairway with rubble. That's what we found.
It's totally safe for everyone to come here now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as we can find a way to keep them separated one at a time is nowhere near a problem.
When you said I had control of like the interior climate, like could I push anything to an extreme?
You're going for extreme cold.
He's going
right
to kill
now,
him
right?
with the AC.
Well, I just want to be uncomfortable with the speed.
Hypothermia.
That's dark.
No, I would go cold over hot, because hot, they become heat exhaustion, one thing, but cold, like you stick somebody in a fridge and the body will shut down.
I chose cold originally because I'm Canadian and I know cold actually tries to kill us.
Like poutine. No, I get it. I'm there with you. Freeze the little fuckers.
Well, I mean, certainly that would also, setting it to extreme cold would also mean that the facilities could be reused. Extreme heat might destroy things.
Extreme cold in a geothermal facility might also hurt things.
Yeah, shut it down. Fair enough.
So I set the AC to absolute 0 +1.
Are we entirely sure that that's all of them? Like, we jumped in a room, 3 dudes popped out.
It will be.
This place could be crawling with them. We have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I say we collapse the stairs. Cut our lunch to say, the 10th level party will return and we want our cut. And, yeah.
The problem with collapsing the stairs is that, from my understanding of what Ash was describing, that last computer there controls the whole facility. So if we collapse the stairs, we have no access to that last computer.
Okay. Can we weld the door? Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Except for the vents.
Oh.
How do you know that?
I was in the room. I saw the tiny little dude. And Ash publicly said, vents, little dude. So now I'm thinking about that.
No, I know, but how do you know that's the only way out for them?
Or that they can't just come through that door.
Or they're waiting at the
You just kept yourself from getting to them.
Maybe with the computer access, you can tap into the facility and check.
Yeah, let's check a map.
So let's see those used computer checks from our computer expert,
or user.
Ash.
No, you're the expert, right?
Well, in this group, yes.
That's a relative question.
Highly relative. Yeah.
He can start Windows XP. He's a goddamn genius.
Oddly enough, this is running Windows 3.11, and it's a dial-up modem off the old Netscape 478.
Yeah. Wait, did you just zip a file? What happened? How'd you do that? What? So my first used computer was 26.
Wait, where was that?
That was above all the treat injuries. Above Jeff's Bakur's.
All right. Right. Okay.
When I was
you already have
interested in this
friendly
term.
access, so that's pretty damn good. That's good. What that does is that does gain you access to this computer's records and
internet search history.
Oh yes, absolutely. You can tell that this was the location for the Maul Prime. And that this was the Maul Prime facility. So whoever was head Maul at that moment stayed here and lived here and would get repaired after challenging himself so many times. Most of the time, Maul would go and challenge himself in the facility against the droids. And only occasionally would a young Geonosian and his posse try to break into the place and challenge themselves against the defenses of the facility. Maul was always trying to prove himself. And so he would go and fight them himself and be stage 2 should anybody get to that. That didn't happen very often, so he didn't often have many people to fight. You guys changed that tonight. You also promoted a new head Maul, who didn't turn out to be very interesting or exciting because he wasn't quite ready to break free.
Is this the
You
baby
also-
one we found in the tank?
Yeah, the bobblehead looking one.
Just the picture you show, man. This is kind of like,
Plushie Maul.
yeah.
Plushie Maul.
He is indeed
softer,
a head
kinder
Maul.
Maul.
He's a way to get ahead anyhow. What you do know is that this absolutely controls the medical facilities in here, has the history of the medical things that happened in this place. And you can also tell that there is another terminal that is in the, what should it be called? It's the Rompus room, the juveniles facility.
Oh, and would the juveniles be interpreted as the new blood or brood?
Correct.
I have a feeling we've discovered said juveniles room. -1 juvenile.
So we almost got beat up by a
and
nursery.
you
Is that what you're trying
know
to say?
From those records that there were at least 5 juveniles.
5 active or 5 in the plans and we nuked one in a tank? Can you confirm that? I'm still trying to get over the fact that we got beat up by a nursery.
Well, I mean, it was a Jedi. It was a Sith nursery.
Talk about your twisted GMing. I mean, applause or... eh.
Babies. They got beat by babies.
Still think that's better than burning them alive.
Should have acted quicker and saved more kids now, shouldn't have you?
Hey, we saved all of them.
I
No
didn't
matter
start
how
the fire.
hard you tried to kill them. Baby killer.
Hang on.
Yeah, we weren't trying to save them from a burning building. We were trying to save them from you.
Dude, I didn't write the adventure, okay? I'll give you a name. We'll find who wrote season 5. I'll give you someone to hate in my place. Jesus.
Oh, it will never feel as good as this, though.
No, really, hit pause. Just give me a moment.
I'll find a name. I'll find the bus.
I'm looking this shit up right now. 'Cause
I didn't do that. I didn't throw the babies in a fire.
So yeah, I am actually
There
really
you go, there
interested
you
in
go.
the answer to the question that Bakur asked.
oh my God, it's Owen Casey Stevens. Isn't that the guy that had surgery and was like the dude that's got a hand in so many good adventures? No?
Well, everyone doesn't. Everything is always a magnus opus.
I just
So what's your plan?
For now on,
Let's get your-
Stevens. There you go.
Let's get your plan, and then we'll
You said I have access to all the medical records that have happened too. So I'm assuming I also have a record of Bakur saying thank you to BD.
No, I was inaudible.
BD was
I literally
not a
just mouthed the words with my back to the camera, right in front of me. All right.
And BD's tied into the medical system. which I'm now privy to.
So I get this
BD
close.
BD made all of
Switch to BD cam.
Meat bag repairs off record, off books. He was not adding
Against
entries
intergalactic
into
treaties to reveal medical information of.
Yeah, that's a BD patient privilege.
You know, I like the sparkler, but Messina's always got to run across the yard with it. Whee!
It's the funnest way to live life.
I guess.
All right, so what's your plan?
The medical records to the group, I'm assuming, when we're all within earshot.
Right.
I've downloaded any data that I would perceive as relevant to my own personal computer.
I saw 10 volumes of Mall's Gone Wild.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, there are 2 or 3 missing. You think they might be on the other computer in the other room?
I'm going to double check something real quick. But before I do that, it seems in the nursery, which was the room we had recently just withdrawn from, there were 5 in total. On the
least
records.
5.
At least 5.
So now there's
Projects.
at least 4.
Correct. Now,
Cut to the vent. There's like red eyes watching us while he's saying this.
Oh, how is the Sith puppy following us?
He's the first.
Better question. Why is the Sith puppy following us?
it's the new prime.
This is what he's been doing while he's not in the other show. Try to keep up.
I would definitely say as long as we can isolate them, get them separated, it's not as big of a challenge to take out one.
Yeah, the individual who is here uses this as a training facility, occasionally against himself or variants thereof. Those were variants we were combating with. It was called Maul Prime Project.
As long as they don't get the drop on me this time. If both of them run through the door, or at least one of them runs through the door, I can grab one, toss him in, or grab one, toss him back into the other room and close the door. And
That, or rather than actually running into a room, we check for reflective surfaces or make reflective surfaces to actually look around the damn corners.
Are there any cameras?
None that I've found thus far.
So old school.
Reflect a surface on a stick.
Doubt.
That would do
The
it.
next episode of Rise of the Consortium.
Part 2.
Who's going in first?
A mirror on a stick. We just said that.